Hi, digital friends. I just wanted to share a little bit of a rant that came to me while I was driving home from work. Um, what the phrase that came to me was the power of okay. And I thought about it. I thought, what does that really mean? And it connected, and I realized that this is my practical solution to the concepts of acceptance and non-judgment, which I've been seeking to personify in my own life to better aid my own personal peace. And so the power of okay. It felt very full of meaning and truth to me, even though I didn't quite understand what that meant at first. And so I started to think about it more and more. And so when we can go through life and observe rather than making a negative or a positive judgment about it, if we can look at it and instead simply say, okay, this is acceptance and non-judgment at the same time, in my perspective, right? And so it is, I put myself in like a mental scenario where I was in some kind of non-specific, imaginary kind of strife, right? And I thought about what I would usually do and make some kind of judgment on what it ought to be or what I wish it were, or, something like that. And I thought, okay, well, instead of that, what if I just look at the situation? I see the bad parts and I see how it could potentially be turned into good, but instead of choosing to look at it as either good or bad, I see it in totality and I say, okay. And that from there we can move on to, if there are solutions that are present for a seemingly issue, an issue that seems to exist, I do think that initial non-judgment helps us kind of come to it. And I know that seems a little paradoxical, because if you are truly non-judgmental and accepting, you have no desire to change it, right? But at the same time too, if we sit back and never choose any conscious change, then we're not really participating in life, right? So finding this balance of being an active participant in life while not only seeing one side of it, either good or bad, is kind of akin to walking tightrope in my recent experience. But similarly, it probably gets more unconscious or automatic the more you do it, right? You get the muscle memory. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share a little bit. I'm not sure if anyone will understand this, but I feel like this is kind of a practical application of these weird concepts and that are intangible and don't necessarily always make sense and may contradict one another while being true and false at the same time, right? So practically, how can we find peace through these concepts of non-judgment and acceptance? And I found that something for me that works is the simplicity of the word okay. Because to me, okay doesn't mean yes, nor does it mean no. It just is, right? Okay. It's not fighting. It's not saying I don't see it that way, or I think you're wrong because you see it that way, or I think I'm right because of this. There is not the tension of opposites in the sentiment behind okay. And so I know, at least for myself, in life, a lot of the negative parts of life have kept me really down. And for me to get out of that personally, when I am catching myself making these negative judgments about either myself or life or other people, when I can catch them consciously, I can instead say, well, I'm thinking these negative thoughts, right? And taking myself outside of the person feeling that helps me to get in the mindset of, now I can see the fuller picture. This is what's happening. This is my reaction to it. Okay. That takes away the power of my reaction in a way, doesn't it? Because now I have a different reaction to the observance of the situation and my reaction to it. And so this might sound like I'm just talking in circles, but Okay. Yeah, I am excited to continue fleshing out this method, I guess, that I have for cultivating inner peace within myself. So yeah, I just wanted to share it. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.